guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday and it's time for a Magic Rant. Now, what is a Magic Rant? The idea is very simple. This is where I talk about something that's really annoying me in the Magic community, kind of really getting my goat. Now, in the old days, the Magic Rants were all rah, 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 rah. They're less about that now. They're not rah, 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 rah. But I do feel like it's really important sometimes to talk about things that are happening in the community that maybe other people aren't going to talk about. And this is the perfect example. Today, I've been talking about this on this channel for a while. Every single review show, if you watch the Craig and Ryland review show, I get in my bee in my bonnet about this every single time I watch a review. I review a product because it's happening more and more, and it's really annoying me. And it's basically flat out laziness. And I am talking about live performances on products, downloads, whatever. Or more importantly, not live performances, but a lack of live performances. It is absolutely doing my head in. So let me explain what I mean by this. Okay, so these days, when a product comes out, right, it's generally streaming. The DVDs have gone by the wayside, right? There's no such thing as DVDs really around anymore these days, and so everything's streaming, whether it's be a download or it be a physical product. It's being streamed, and it's so easy to put together a tutorial for a trick now. It's ridiculously easy to put together a tutorial for a download. We've talked about this on the channel before, but even a physical product, it's not that hard to film. I can film a physical product in a day, right? So why is it that so many releases that are coming out these days do not include any form of live performance? Why is it? Why is there no live performance? Because think about this, right? Think about this. What's the industry we're in? We're in the magic industry, right? So the production companies that are making these tricks, the production companies that are making these downloads, what they are doing is they are making tricks to sell to magicians, right? They are making products, whether it's a download or a physical product, they're making tricks to sell to magicians. Tricks that these magicians are then going to use to perform to other people. Now, there's different types of tricks with different type of performing situations. You know, a stage trick, for example. Milking a light bulb is a perfect example. The milking light bulb is a stage trick. So that would be, you know, sold to somebody to perform on stage. There's thousands of close-up tricks that come out that are going to be performed in a close-up environment. Maybe, you know, it might be a formal close-up environment. It might be more of a mix and mingle type thing, but it's a close-up trick. Then you've got tricks that are virtual tricks, or they're designed for either social media or they're designed for virtual shows, which are still a thing. I did a virtual show a few days ago. And that's fine as well. But whatever the medium of choice is, whatever it is, why are we not seeing live performances of these? Now, a lot of the big companies, to give the big companies their due, 1914, Vanishing Ink, Murphy's Magic, Penguin Magic, Alakazam. A lot of these big companies, they include live performance footage, and that's great, and that's all well and good. A lot of the smaller companies, a lot of the independent production companies that produce like one or two things, you don't see any live performances. And a lot of the downloads that come out, I did a rant a week or so ago on downloads. A lot of the downloads that come out, they have absolutely no live performance footage at all. And it is so frustrating because you're selling these tricks to magicians, expecting them to buy it so they can perform it to people, and yet you can't be asked to go and put a live performance on the video yourself. And live performances help so much. There's tricks that have come out, I've talked about it on this channel before. There are tricks that have come out, that have been released, that I don't think are practical. I have given them a bad review because I don't think those tricks work in the real world. And I've spoken to creators of tricks that have been released that I've said aren't very good, and they've got really, really annoyed and they've gone, no, it does work in the real world. Well, if it does work in the real world, why don't you prove it? Why don't you get off your arse and go and get some live performance footage. Just show me that it works. Don't bitch and moan. Don't sit there going, oh, well, Craig's given my product a bad review. My product's been given a bad review by Craig Petty on Magic TV. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. I've performed in every single environment you can imagine. I've performed close-up, kids shows, cabaret, parlour, illusion shows, virtual shows. You name it, I've done it. I know this. I know performing inside out, upside down, and back to front. And I guarantee you there's not more people that are putting live performance footage online on YouTube than me right now. I constantly am posting live videos, whether it be the mat test, whether it be Magic Lives, whether it be live performance footage at gigs. You know, people ask me all the time in the Q&A, how do you get so much live performance footage? How do you get live performance footage for the review show Revisited and the 5x5s and all the other places that you get live performance footage? How do you get all of that? Well, it's very, very simple. I go to a gig, I ask them if I can film them, I give someone a camera, I tell them to point it at the people, and I get video footage of it. It's not a difficult thing to do. I've spoken to production companies and I've said, oh, why didn't this have a live performance? Oh, it's too difficult to get. No, it's not too difficult to get. That is just lazy crap. That is what that is. That is an excuse. That is an excuse. Because it is not difficult to get. If I wanted to, right now, I could take any product that I've reviewed. I've got a whole stack of them over there. I could take any product I reviewed. I could go pick it up. I could go walk out the house. I could go give somebody a camera. And within an hour, I could get a live performance of that trick. So why is there not live performances included in the videos? Included in the tutorials? And what gets me even more annoyed is when you see live performance footage in the trailer. So they've gone to the trouble of getting live performance footage so they can sell the trick to you, but then they've got no live performance footage to include in the actual project, which for me is as dodgy as hell. It's as dodgy as hell. I know there's production companies out there, and I'm not going to name names. I know there's production companies out there that use reaction shots from trailers for other tricks. I know they do. I know they do. I've spoken to them. They use live performance footage from other tricks, not from the trick that they're actually meant to be selling, which is just deceitful. It's absolutely deceitful. This whole thing is ridiculous. If you've got live performance footage on your trailer, then get the performance footage and put it on the project. Now, I was speaking to Michael O'Brien from Do Scala, because when I did the review show special on Do Scala's lineup range, I said, oh, there's some amazing stuff on there, but they had no live performance footage. But at least they had a studio performance. At least they'd gone to the trouble of having two people come into a studio and they'd at least got a performance so you can see how it's meant to look. So that's much better than 90% of the production companies out there that don't even have that. And I said to Michael O'Brien, how come it was on the trailer but it wasn't in the actual tutorial? And he turned around to me and he said, well, you know, we started getting the live performance footage and then we got kicked out the venue. They wouldn't let us stay and we didn't have any time to film any more footage. And the footage they did get, they were kind of all over the place because they were trying to get like shots for the trailer. So they never had a full performance. But they told me that they're going to the Magic Castle in a couple of weeks and filming all of the footage for all of their releases, and they're going to drop them into people's accounts. Great, that's fantastic. I understand that. That's fine. What about all of the thousands of tricks that come out and all of the millions of downloads that come out and hit, you know, Stefano Nabil, whatever the hell his name is a perfect example. You know, Mr. I'm going to put my phone on and hang on a minute, my thumb's going to get in the way first of all. Let me move my thumb out the way. Okay, I've moved my thumb out the way now. Now I'm going to set the camera up. Hello, I'm Stefano. Let me show you a trick on my kitchen table. You know, that's just crap. You charge $15 for a download and you can't even be asked to do a performance. Why should I be expected to spend my hard-earned money with you if you can't be asked to show me that this thing can work in the real world? If you want me to pay you $15 for a 4-minute download, if you really want me to spend $15 on a 4-minute download. Why don't you have the time? Why don't you take the pride in your product to go out and get a live performance footage? If you say that this is the greatest A-can of all time, this is the most amazing A-can of all time, this is the Holy Grail, I have just reached the Holy Grail, why haven't you gone and get the real live performance footage then? Or at least, why don't you get somebody else to sit down at the kitchen table with you and you perform it to them? Why have you got nothing? Why? I don't get it. Now, I know that there's some people out there that aren't performers and they don't perform, and that's fine. Get somebody else to do it. I've just filmed a project for Lloyd Barnes. He doesn't perform magic. Well, he does, but he doesn't want, he's not a professional performer. So I filmed something for him. That's absolutely fine. I've done the same for other production companies as well. Not a problem. I have no problem with somebody else doing it. That's cool. It doesn't have to be the creator. But we are in an industry where you are selling magic tricks to people, selling them and telling them that these tricks are perfect to perform to your friends, your colleagues, at gigs, whatever it may be, then why are you not showing them what the performance is like? And I'm not talking about on the trailer, because I know there's somebody going to be out there and they're going to go, Craig, you don't want to put the live performances on the trailer because then people will backtrack them and realise how they work, and then that's not good. No, stop. I'm not talking about people putting the performances on the trailer. I'm talking about, I've bought the trick. I've looked at the trailer, I've spent my hard-earned money on it. It's come through the post. I've got a little QR code, if I'm lucky, probably a tiny little piece of paper like out of a fortune cookie with a Bitly link or a Jay Sankey. I'm looking at you. And I go on there and there's no live performance video. I mean, Jay has got away with this for years. You bring up Jay Sankey. Jay has got away with this for years. Talk about no frills. In the UK, Tesco have this no frills brand, which is, it's cheaper and there's no frills. The packaging is bland. Everything is bland. I genuinely believe that Jay would get more sales, and I'm sure he gets a lot of sales because he's a big name, but I'm sure he'd get more sales if he actually performed his tricks to real people. His tutorials are very no frills, which is fine. Why isn't he getting a live performance footage? Yeah, it doesn't have to be the greatest thing of all time. It can be a studio performance if you want to. When I filmed for the 1914, a lot of the time it's a studio performance. They bring a couple of people in and you perform to the people in the studio. Other times I go out to places like the Mirage coin set, like with Cheeky, like with the Quantum deck. Or sometimes we'll go out on location, like the stuff I do for the guys at Penguin Magic. But, if you're a performer, if you're making a trick to sell, you're wanting people to buy this, right, so they can perform it. Why are you not showing them what the performance is like? Because in the tutorial, there's certain aspects that might be difficult to get across, but if they see you performing it, it's going to make the world of difference. It can be a studio performance. I've got a lot of the tricks that I've got on the net tricks. Now we're slowly filming live performance footage for all of the net tricks, and we're adding to a lot of the videos on the net tricks live performances of me going out in the real world and getting, live performances. And we're adding 2 or 3 a week, which is fine. But even when I haven't got a live performance, I'm performing to Matt or I'm performing to one of the staff in the office, so you can see a studio performance. But as far as I'm concerned, live performance is here. That's the ultimate. And then you've got studio performance. It's good. It's acceptable. I'm not going to moan about somebody doing a studio performance. And then you've got no performance, which I don't understand. Why would you have no performance at all? It's literally a guy, normally at a kitchen table, you never see his face, and it's like, hi, welcome to the download. Thank you very much for spending your money. Now let me talk to you about how this trick works. So first of all, you need a flap, because it's always a flap. You need some invisible thread, because it's always invisible thread, because nobody has any creativity anymore. The first thing that happens is, oh, I know, I'm going to be a creator. Let me go and get a flap. That's an argument for another day. And there's no live performance. I think I've laboured the point and then some. If you're a production company and you are listening to this, sit up and pay attention. You will sell more products if there are live performances on there, because what will happen is people will buy it and they'll go, oh my gosh, all these live performances, this is great. And then they'll the word of mouth will kick in, and it's really good. And if you're somebody like Jay Sankey, let's go back to Jay for example. One of Jay's big things is he's a very engaging, hilarious, entertaining performer. That's part of Jay's thing. He's a really entertaining, engaging performer. So why would he not play to his strengths? Why would he not have a live performance on his trailer and on his tutorial? Why? Because Jay likes to basically, right, okay, I'm opening my laptop in my kitchen. Right, let me spend the next half an hour just talking to you over the kitchen table about this trick. I'm not going to perform it. I'm just going to talk you through all the various different handlings, and I'm not going to do a performance. I don't understand why Jay would do that. Why is he so busy creating magic tricks that he can't be asked to actually get a live performance? Like, I'm a busy guy, but I get live performances, and I don't want to go and do a project without getting a live performance, or at least a studio performance. That's the bare minimum right there. The absolute bare minimum is a studio performance. Don't understand it. Just don't understand it. Don't get it. Look at the Quantum deck. There was an hour of live performances on there. And if you're a social media magician, don't get me started on this. I'm fine with social media magic. I'm fine with magic that's created specifically for social media. Hell, Ryland is killing it on social media. And because of what he's doing, I'm seeing the importance of getting these visual tricks to do on social media. So why would you not include performances of you doing the trick in a Zoom call? Set up a Zoom session with a couple of people and just show it to them. Or show me you doing them on Instagram as opposed to not. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's really peeing me off. And the thing is, I do the review show and the new tricks come in and I look at them and I'm like, well, that's a 6-minute tutorial. No live performance there. That's a 7-minute tutorial, no live performance. And it's happening more and more and more. Just no live performances at all in any way, shape or form. And it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely, completely and totally ridiculous. And realistically, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. If you're a production company, especially, as I say, it's not normally done by the big boys. It can be. It's not normally done by the big boys. But if you're a production company and you're not doing live performances, seriously, have a quiet word with yourself. Have some pride in your work. Have some pride. You are selling magic to magicians. You are creating and producing magic tricks. Therefore, you are a creator. You're a performer. So have some pride and go and perform the bloody thing. And show us. Don't tell me you're funny, make me laugh. It's that old expression. Don't tell me you're funny, make me laugh. Don't tell me you've created a good product. Go out and perform it and show me it's a good product. I guarantee you there's certain tricks that don't get a good reaction, that don't get a good review off me, that would get a better review if I saw a live performance. Because I see some of the tat that comes into review and I'm like, this just would never work in the real world. And I can't, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, but they don't. And I think half the time they don't is either because they're lazy and they can't be asked, and it's a case of, oh, right, let's just film another project, get it out and put a few quid in my pocket. Jay Sankey, I'm looking at you. Or it's a case of, this actually doesn't work in the real world. This is a bag of crap, and hopefully I can talk about this trick eloquently enough that I can make people really believe it's really good. And then when they go out and perform it and they realize that it's flawed in every way, shape or form, they'll blame themselves and not me. But I'm not going to perform it in the real world because damn, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. So you aren't going to see a live performance off me. What are the other reasons? Why would you not do a live performance? It's not a difficult thing to do. You get a phone, any phone, you get a phone. These days we carry the bloody things around with us. You get a phone, you go out, you give somebody the phone, you get a mate, you give the mate the phone. You point it at the thing and you go, hi, I'm here just doing my new trick. Here we go. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult? Why are there so many lazy, untalented, stupid idiots out there that think it's okay to release a trick and charge money for it when they've half-arsed it and they can't even prove that the trick is good enough because they can't be bothered to get a live performance? It is absolutely, completely and totally ridiculous, and it is 100% pissing me off. So there you go, guys. That's another magic rant in the bag. Do me a favor. Let me know what you think. Does this annoy you as well? And maybe it's because I see so many products and it just drives me at the wall, and I like watching magic. And when I don't see a live performance, it drives me at the wall. I don't know, but I'd love to know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. You want to see more videos like this? You know what you've got to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Now, I'm going to be back again tomorrow with another with another video. I'm going to be back tomorrow with another video, probably 2 or 3 videos, depending on when this goes out. And if you haven't already done so, please go check out the Net Tricks, www.thenettricks.com. Access to almost 200 tricks, and all of them have a live performance in one shape or another. So there you go. That's another reason to sign up. I'll be back again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. My name's Craig from Magic TV.